Welcome to STARCARD Podcast. STARCARD Podcast. Are you staying up late watching STARCARD Podcast? Turn that thing off. I'm pretty sure Breakaway Ray told you the same thing. Come on, give it a rest. You have stuff to do tomorrow. My name is Breakaway Ray. Thanks for staying up late with me. Wait, I got another one. My name's Breakaway Ray. I think the black goo infected me a long time ago. All right. I wish. If there's a brain drain, what am I still doing here? I'm happy to be with you. You've tuned into a live tarot throw. Today is May 20th, rolling in to Thursday, May 21st, 2026. So let's share with you what's on the agenda for today. We're going to play 3-card Thursday, even though it's still Wednesday for like another hour where I'm at on the West Coast. And then we got some anticipatory sets to share with you before we launch into my anti-media campaign. Turn this show off. Reminds me of that great episode of the Futurama cartoon where Bender was proclaiming that Bender should not be on TV. All right, so let me show you what I got here. I made this apple for a show a few days ago. Need to go on a media fast? I'm going to taunt you a little bit more. I'm going to invite the tarot world to join me, not to taunt you, but, help give some comforting advice as you go through the 5 stages of grief when you withdraw media from your life. And speaking along those terms, if you're going to launch a media fast, you might as well launch the 5 stages of grief because you're going to get withdrawal. Trust me. Hey, want something fun to do while you're experiencing the DTs? That's a figure of speech in this case, everybody, all right? Well, how about writing your 100-word autobiography? I'm going to share with you mine that I published in my book called The Convoluted Autobiography. I'm going to go through these. I made this nice sentence strip with all these good ideas for what you do during a media fast. And you know what? Why not review it one more time? We'll give it one more spin. Let's review these ideas. Unless you go to like some kind of martial arts class or some kind of taekwondo class. What's the one I'm thinking of where they do the slow motion jujitsu in the park? Can't think of the name. Tai Chi. Whatever you do in slow motion, it's awesome. I don't know why I mentioned that, but you know what? If you're tuning into my show, let's consider these things again. You need to formulate a plan for what you're going to do when you turn off StarCard Podcast and you don't watch any more podcasts. What else have I got here? Oh, yeah. We're going to play a game with the tarot world. How was I supposed to know? All right. So I'm going to pose the question, how was I supposed to know something? And then we're going to see, we're not going to see if, right? We're going to watch as the tarot world acknowledges and sends a response to my queries. And some of this is based on information brought to my mind by Bringers of the Dawn, by Barbara Marciniak. And then, as I said earlier, this is my working copy of my own convoluted autobiography listed in the description by R. Snow. If you look at the book cover, it's not, I think it's awesome. I don't think enough people see or notice it because the colors are very, I would say, like demure. They don't draw your attention. But if you go like this, right, you see the bird flying over the English Channel. Those are the cliffs of Dover. That was 1985, I think. I was on the ferry called the Herald of Free Enterprise. Right now, that one's at the bottom of the English Channel. All right. I wonder if Judy NW5 is out there. Maybe she knows what I'm talking about. We're in the same generation, I think. I'm sure she's much younger than me. So I'm going to put these books aside. One moment. And we are, did I say 3-card Thursday? I did. We're going to play 3-card Thursday. Hang on, I need to get my notes organized as well. One moment, please. Let's go to the tarot cam. Yeah, spice it up a little bit, right? Okay, so check this out. I've been not to say dreaming, but imagining using this deck, the Fantasy Color deck, one of my new decks, by the way. So here we are, 3-card Thursday. I'm gonna unveil this deck again. I like the way it is already. Did I really get it right on the first try? I want to add more light. One moment, please. Ooh, hang on. Almost. I would like to adjust the light. One more try. Here I go. Got it. All right. 3-card Thursday. So, yeah, thanks for joining me, everybody. If you're interested in getting a tarot card reading in the second part of the show, please check my instructions in the chat. Type in all capital letters, tarot, please. And then I'm guessing in about 40 minutes, I'll check the chat for those capital letters and check for name tags. And if you don't have a name tag, I'm going to get you one. All right, let me set this excellent, colorful box aside. It's got the image of the Strength card. Everybody fire up your intuition. Okay, and now on 3-card Thursday, we give the card to toss. We invite the tarot world to share with us some slice of wisdom that is appropriate for all of us to be thinking about whenever we're watching the show, whether you're tuning in live or sometime later you're catching this recording, which is going to be awesome. Yeah, that's right. I got some intuition about that. It's going to be a good show. All right, tarot world, we're all ready to go. I got the message. I needed to get dressed and turn on the camera. So thanks for helping me write my script. I'm looking at the spiritual teleprompter. 3-card Thursday. Here comes the wisdom, everybody. It's all for entertainment purposes only. And I'm happy to tell you a tarot bedtime story. I don't know if it's going to come out in 3 cards. Let's see what happens. I really dig the colors on the back of these cards. It reminds me of the ice cream man when I was a kid. And you have like those popsicles with all the flavors that match the colors. I wouldn't want to touch one of those things now. Anyway, here we go. First up, the King of Wands, the big picture. He's the one that overcomes all obstacles. He gets it done. Get it out of the way. I'll have this done in 2 minutes. All right, next up. Sweet. It's going to be a good story, everybody. It's the Tower card. Check that out. Things are coming crashing down. It's about time. And so, in conclusion, and we shall recap it, what a powerful set of cards. It's the Ace of Cups. You have a brand new life. All right. I love, I'm a big fan of lots of different Hollywood actors, but I got to admit, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, he's definitely carved out an image on the big screen of himself. So when I see the King of Wands, it reminds me of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Okay, they put him right next to the Tower card. There's at least one movie where that's like the plot. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's in a tower and it's coming down. In any case, he sees the big picture. He gets the job done. Okay, great. And then guess what happens? At the end, he's reunited with his loved ones and everything's groovy. It's the Ace of Cups. You got a brand new life. He's redeemed himself. So everybody, be like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in Skyscraper. Know that you're going to be okay. you're going to find what you need when you need to, because you're resourceful and your intuition and your spirit guide team are helping you along. I mean, it's almost the Sun card. Get ready for a brand new life in the age of Aquarius. It's the Ace of Cups. Right on, Tarot World. Let's give these cards a toss. Thanks, tie-dye deck. Nice slice of wisdom. Yo, that's a lot of writing already in the chat. How about that? A lot of times I start the show. Well, I might as well, come upstairs. One moment, please. I'm going to adjust the lights. Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Most of the time I start the show in the morning, and there's a lot of ladies that join us. There's some gentlemen out there too. I appreciate that. But what I want to recognize is that I'm doing it at night. And so I was thinking to myself before I turn on the camera of the song Ladies Night by Kool and the Gang, right? And so anyway, I want to say, it's an evening show. I want to thank all the ladies in the chat this evening. I can't wait to tell my friends tomorrow, send them a text and let them know that at StarCard Podcast in the chat, I had a bunch of ladies of the evening. I'm hoping someone is catching on to my little joke there. Did Breakaway Ray just call us all a bunch of prostitutes? Okay, so we're seeing if you're paying attention or if you know the term, the lingo, right? Okay, my apologies if you are offended. I'm having fun. If you don't like it, you can call my boss or you can unsubscribe. I'm joking around. I hope you're having fun. Thanks for joining me. I'm feeling like I'm hugging you right now. I appreciate you listening. I'm going to try to have a good time and make you laugh, even though I'm going to be reminding you of stuff that you need to try. I'm going to ask you to try altering your regular daily path and become more cognizant of what's going on in your own mind. You got your own fireworks going on. Okay, I'd like to start off now with an anecdote. It's called an anticipatory set. I was in a classroom for more than 3 decades. For those who are new to StarCard Podcast, that's right, I really was. And in the teaching business, before you deliver a lesson, you set the stage in the learner's mind, maybe by sharing with them something that's new or interesting, or something that they already learned before, and you build upon that knowledge. We call that a priori knowledge. It's actually a Latin term. I'm so proud that that's still surviving in the educational strategy. So anyway, back to what I was saying about whatever I was saying. It's an anticipatory set. I'm going to talk about the flotation tank. So it may have been the last show. I think that was a couple of days ago, almost 2 days ago, or yeah. So anyway, I was talking about the flotation tank down in Hollywood in the 1980s. I had the opportunity to take a ride in a sensory deprivation tank. It's also a flotation tank. It's got highly salinated water so that your body floats. And it's also, heated. So you barely feel anything, as far as your touching sensation goes. It's silent. It's soundproof. It's totally dark. You could close your eyes. It doesn't make a difference. And unless you are, unless you got something in your mouth like a Tic Tac, you're not going to taste anything in there. But anyway, because you're understimulated, that's when your mind starts firing off. And it can be quite extraordinary. It's pretty intense. If you know how to meditate, you know how to do this already. You don't need to go to a flotation tank to do that. But in any case, my friend asked me after I was done with it, what did you do? What was going on, while you were in the flotation tank for 2 hours? And then I fessed up. I fessed up toward the end. I was remembering episodes of Monty Python's Flying Circus. That was not even a show that was in the front of my mind at all. in the 1980s, I was lucky to have seen Monty Python. You would have to stay up late. You'd have to actually plan, because it was TV by appointment in those days. You had to plan to stay up late, like you're doing right now, to hang out and watch Monty Python. So it wasn't even like the first thing. I wasn't like going in there thinking, yo, that was a funny episode I saw last night. I hadn't seen Monty Python in a long time, but anyway, there I go. All of a sudden, my mind is deprived of sensations and input, and I start reviewing what I remember of Monty Python. All right. So you can see there's like a lot of stuff that's just like bundle it up. You know what that reminds me of? In the classroom, kids would say, yeah, go ahead, Mr. Breakaway. Come on, tell us more. Run out the clock. Maybe there's someone in the audience right now saying, yeah, tell us what else it reminds you of. So we learned probably in school about radio waves, right? And how like television from the 1950s, like I Love Lucy, a television show, that was like in black and white, that's like been sent out into space, right? And other people can catch those radio waves out there and actually watch the show that was sent out 80 years ago, right? Because it's traveling through space, depending on when they receive those radio waves. So I wanted to share about, I want to share that string of thoughts and move on to my next anecdote. Let me go get my notes. That's not my notes. Got it. All right. And another topic that came up the other day was graphology, Graphology. Graphology. Believe it or not, in case this is like something that has not been part of your world in general, because it is kind of an obscure science. I didn't say art, I said science. Graphology, I'm going to declare it's a real science. It's as real as weather control. That's real stuff, baby. So anyway, graphology is the ability to read a sample of handwriting and get a good picture of what's going on with that individual's personality. And when I started teaching in the early 1990s, as early as you can get, that would be 1990, in the 1990 school year, starting in September, okay, people still wrote back then. And I had my chance, my opportunity to observe not just the students' handwriting, which in lots of cases I was teaching, but also from the parents and the other professionals, because a lot of stuff was handwritten back then. And it was very important for students to handwrite. And I'm going to let everyone know that, yeah, I did teach handwriting for most of my career, even after it was not required. However, after 2020, while it was still not required, I had to sacrifice handwriting because there were actually like less minutes in the day, and there were lots of reasons for that. Anyway, not part of today's story, but what I want to share is like with graphology, your handwriting can even reveal, like if you kept a journal from a long time ago, if you were fortunate enough to have a place to store something like that, okay, you can reflect upon your handwriting then and what it looks like now. And you can see a difference, that is for sure. So I wanted to share that with you. It's kind of a fascinating thing. I imagine it's hard to find books on that stuff. Anything about self-reflection, I'm sure they just send it to some other library like they do down here in Los Angeles, some library downtown, because it's an academic book now. We don't need to learn about the ether and things like that. Well, anyway, let's see. What have I got here? All right. So I mentioned all that about the writing because if you look here on my poster, I remember what I was not remembering the other day, everybody. When I looked, well, I'm pointing right down here with my injured fingernail, journal 1+3. Okay. So here's my idea. It was just a brainstorm, or maybe I'm just figuring out a new way to look at what I wrote on that paper, on that sentence strip. 1+3. So let's say, you know what? Maybe not everybody wants to hear your problems. Not everybody needs to hear what's on your mind. So don't do what Breakaway Ray does. Turn on the camera and let the whole world see what's on your mind. let's get back to, reserving your thoughts and keeping them private. It's your business. It's nobody's business. Okay. Breakaway Ray is nuts for turning on the camera and doing this kind of thing. But anyway, I'm going to follow through and try to set a good example here. All right. So you get out a journal. Something's on your mind. Nobody to talk to about it. When you want to talk to somebody about it, who's going to help you with that? Who's going to help you with that? Okay. The fact is, it's your life plan. It was thrown at you. Okay. It wasn't thrown at you so you could hand it to somebody else. It's not a lateral in a football game. Okay. You got the ball. Okay. You're not going to go upstairs up to the pearly gates later and say, yeah, I got the ball. And then I hand it to somebody else. Yeah. Good job. Good job. You got the ball, run with it. Anyway, you get out your own journal. You're going to handwrite. You want to type it on a computer while your internet is on? Do you even have a computer that's not connected to the internet? Okay, so you're going to get out a journal. You don't need all that electricity firing up. It's just you and the paper. I bet there's people tuning in to StarCard Podcast who know something about blessing things. Maybe like when you get that special notebook, maybe it's a new notebook or one that you've been using, give it a blessing. Everything has consciousness. That's a repository of your thoughts and feelings and emotions. Think of the Pensieve from Harry Potter. Wow, how did he pull that one out? I'm a school teacher. All right, great books. Books way better than the movie. Okay, so get out your journal already. All right, you got your journal out? Great. So go ahead and write down objectively what's on your mind. Hopefully nothing's on your mind. You can just be objective about, how awesome nature is around you, the view from your window, the love of, between you and your pet or your other family members. Okay. But in any case, if you got something that's on your mind, you must write it down. Now, in order to separate yourself from that emotion or thought and seal it off, okay, now you need to write 3 things that are positive. Okay. And now for sure, you need to write down something you're grateful for. Thank goodness, with all the things going on, I still get a cup of coffee in the morning. Thank goodness. Okay. Or I'm trying really hard too, everybody. Thank goodness I got a way to get to work in the morning. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have this. Times are tough enough. Thank goodness I still got this going on. Okay, let's be grateful for all the little things. Thank God I remember, because I really mean it, I smile when my kid comes downstairs in the morning because my kid is smiling at me. We're going to keep on smiling at each other till that kid moves out. I hope that kid doesn't move out till he's 60 because I want that kid in my house. I love that kid. All right. So I'm not a parent, by the way. I'm just doing my best to impersonate someone who's treasuring and valuing life around them. All right. So do it 3 times and do it rapid fire. Okay. And now guess what? Now you have a different taste in your mouth, right? A different taste. It's like a fruity candy, something special from the ice cream truck, or a candy from your youth in the 1970s for anyone who's got a mouth that old. All right. Instead of whatever that was, but now you can look at it from the outside. It's like, you had the beast and you put it in the cage. Okay. And then you sat back with your favorite popsicle with your friends, check out that thing. Okay. It didn't beat you. Okay. You got it roped off. Okay. And you're enjoying a popsicle with your friends and you're checking out how beautiful the world is around you because you're in control. Emperor card. Okay. So that's what I meant by journal 1 + 3. Yeah. Be real, address the 3D, and then go launch off and pretend you're Salvador Dali and write something crazy. Pretend you're a Buddhist and meditate on how precious the life of a blade of grass is. Don't pull it out. Just meditate on how precious it is. Okay. Or meditate, better yet, you're watching StarCard Podcast, meditate upon your own consciousness and how it's expanding. How's it going? Are we doing a good job? Only you get to write your own report card. You show it to St. Peter at the pearly gates. Ooh, I almost said that right. You show your own report card that you write to St. Peter at the pearly gates. You judge yourself. You judge yourself when they take that feather of truth in the Egyptian afterlife and put it on the scale next to your heart. Okay. You're the one who determines victory. So let's declare victory now. Wait, I'm not done. Look at all my suggestions. Go, first of all, you got to go on a media fast. And I don't mean like a 2 hour. I don't mean like for 2 hours. I love my viewers, the dedicated subscribers. You guys are awesome. What are you doing up watching me? I'm going to keep teasing you guys. I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I say love in a very digital sense. I cannot see your eyeballs. We're never going to meet. I do appreciate your support. We're all having a good time here. Look, I'm making myself laugh talking to you. All right, that's precious. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, what else was I saying? You got to go on a media fast. It's time to unravel that stuff that they've been putting in your brain, okay? Go out to nature if you can. Find nature somewhere. Go on a walk. Your body is cut out for walking. It's part of how the body takes care of itself. You got to cycle all those energies through. What else? Yeah. Oh, we already talked about the pearly gate debrief. The pearly gate debrief. The other day in another podcast, I said, you know what? Someone passes on, they go up to heaven, they get to the pearly gates. There's St. Peter with his clipboard, and he says, hey, you had a choice on May 21st, 2026. You could have pulled out your journal and evaluated what was on your mind. But instead, you watched some reruns that you already saw about 20 years ago. But I know you were comfortable on that couch. Okay, so what do you have to say about that? No one's scolding you. No one's scolding you. Okay, but, that's your opportunity. I don't want to say it's squandered. Because if you're looking at it now, it's like watching the tapes after one football game and you're prepping for the next football game. Okay, you're allowed to get ready for the next football game. Okay, and the season ain't over just because you lose one game. All right, and forget about it if you're in baseball. Right, the season ain't over at all if you lose one game. Anyone paying attention to one baseball game? The game is like 163,000 games long. All right, what else have I got written down on here? Yeah, you got to stop circling the runway. You're letting other people commandeer your mind, but commandeering your attention. These people, they're advertising for one, okay, and a bunch of other stuff, okay. You need to self-program. You need to self-hypnotize. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm asking you to do some homework on the internet, because you can use the internet and media in a constructive way if you're actively using it. I'm trying to say if you're just passively taking in information, hearing about somebody else on their way to ascension, meanwhile, you're going to turn around when you pass on and you say, well, I didn't get it done last time, so I guess I got to go back down to surface planet Earth. It's going to be fun. I hope Breakaway Ray is still putting on shows in the middle of the night. That'd be fun to listen to him again. Okay, I'm teasing me and everybody else, right? Okay, so here we go. You got to create something. Remember when you were a kid and you like creating? All right. Time to be a kid again. You got anything to lose? How much time you got left? Okay. Get out your notebook, start drawing. Do you create on the computer? Good. I say that's okay. Thumbs up. Create on the computer. Go ahead. Create. Use it as a tool. You're all going to have to work with these tools anyway. Breakaway Ray is so old-fashioned. That guy, dude, born in the 20th century. He wants you all to handwrite everything. All right. But you can use technology in a constructive way. Use it in a constructive way. It's probably going to cost you a bunch of money for subscriptions. You have to have a gigantic notebook handwritten of all your passwords and usernames and accounts. Okay. Well, anyway, keep up the good work. What else is on my paper here? Did I get it all? Oh, yeah. And the last one in the corner, play. Go play. Come on. Everybody loves recess. All right. So instead of well, I guess you could listen to something while you're exercising. People do that all the time. That's kind of constructive. They're taking in new ideas. They're listening to a book. That's good. Well, that's the way it's going to be. That's the way it's going to be. It's not going back to the old way. It's not going to go back to the old way. I would have said, yeah, I'm cool with books. Of course, a teacher from the 20th century is going to say, I'm okay with books. So, yeah, I'm still okay with books. But I don't think that's where we're going as a civilization. But there's two paths. There's the exterior digital, and there's the one like I'm trying to awake to myself, the ether where the Akashic record is stored. And the communication frequency we can use to talk to our spaceship and our space brothers, even from Sirius or anywhere around the galaxy. All right, so let's see. Have I got it all covered? Oh, yeah. And that leads me to the 100-word autobiography. All right, so you need something to do since you don't have lesson plans. That's all right. That's all right. I'm glad you tuned in. I'm going to give it to you for free. I didn't come up with this idea, but I did hear about it in a newspaper, and it prompted me. Hang on. I'm going to start that one over. The 100-word autobiography. Now, I didn't come up with this idea, but I did hear about it, I'm guessing about 10 years ago or so. And I heard about it from a newspaper. Congratulations to this newspaper. Out where I'm at, they throw a newspaper, a free one, in your driveway every Friday with all the local news. They have an online version now, but even before that, they were, driveway exclusive. Well, that's not true. You can pick it up at the market and things like that. It was a free newspaper, had a lot of advertising in it. But they ran a contest called, write a 100-word autobiography. And I'm all, oh, dude, I know I've done this in a STARCARD podcast before. So guess what, everybody? You don't have to go searching for that episode. I'm going to do it again right now. All right. So anyway, I saw the contest for the 100-word autobiography. I was already an accomplished playwright. I was recognized in the 2001 New Century Writer Award for my play Road to California, which is copyrighted. And some of it does show up. The best parts of it show up in my book called The Convoluted Autobiography. But anyway, also in the Convoluted Autobiography, I've got my 100-word autobiography, and I stand by it. It still looks good to me. So it took me a long time to write the 100-word autobiography. I'm going to say, I didn't, me. I'm not just going to sit down and do it like in 25 minutes. So, because I figured, you know what? I'm probably going to end up putting this in a book, and this is probably just going to lead off the book, which is true. That's what happened. It was like one of the first things I wrote for a book that came out this thick. The 100-word autobiography. So it took some time for me just to get that part done. And then, as I said, I had to fill in the rest because I knew I wanted to publish it. Because just as I was writing that, technology had changed and you could actually publish your own books now. I mean, I was like a discouraged, hopeful writer up to that point, thinking, you know what? I could write a book, but then I'd have to send some publishing house and, some schmo is going to tell me whether or not they like the book. Hey, forget about it. I can publish it myself, and I did. I also got another book linked in the description. Let's Go Off Planet with Breakaway Ray. All right. I mean, I'm proud that I published those books. Okay. I wouldn't want you paying attention to someone who couldn't write a book. All right. Says a teacher. Anyway, where am I going with this? Oh, yeah, I get to read the 100-word autobiography. I would like to tell you what page. I would like to tell you what page it's on in this book, but this book has no page numbers. I think that was divinely inspired because it had page numbers when I worked up the manuscript, but somehow when I made the transition, no page numbers. Let's get it out. Hang on. So it's at the beginning of the book called the 100-word overture. There is the Mr. Breakaway bookmark. That was the 1980s in Bavaria, Germany. That's as long as my hair ever got. I was 19. You can see it at the beginning of most, you can see it at most of the beginnings of StarCard podcast videos where I've done editing, put the music on. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and read on the following page my 100-word autobiography. Hey, everybody, it's only 100 words. It's only 100. All right. Ooh, I like that texture of light better. Time out. Story time with Breakaway Ray. Hang on. Sweet. Oh, I think I could do this. I'm going to need my glass anyway. What would my 100 words look like today? Man, born on Christmas Day, spends time trying hard not to solve the puzzle of existence. His life features comforts and blessings and none of the tribulations most humans endure. His dreams do not feature past lives, yet he has served up karma nearly every waking moment. With no quote unquote significant other and with time running out, he explores dissociative identity disorder and takes naps. He thinks about writing an autobiography, and that's probably about as far as he will get. When he dies, all his stuff will get thrown out. Voila, done with words to spare. Well, if you like Breakaway Ray, you like that. All right, so let me go put this down. In some respects, we could say that's a very clever idea, and in other respects, sophisticated people living in 2026 say things like, I can do that in 172 characters on X. We'll go for it, yes, but create. By all means, communicate. You send out the broadcast, okay? And then let everyone see it. Let everyone know who you are. May I suggest that you compose your message and not always go stream of consciousness. There's value to stream of consciousness, but when you're in a public forum, okay, you might want to compose yourself. Just like you would, make yourself presentable when you go to the market. You're going to be in public. Okay. So we're going to go downstairs. We're going to throw the cards. Oh, we have an unboxing video. You've all seen me work with the Robin Wood Tarot before, and I got a new one. The other ones that got like some bends and I can feel them and stuff. It's a brand new deck. I'm digging this Robin Wood Tarot deck. I love all my tarot decks. I love all my tarot decks the same. I love all my subscribers and viewers the same. Thank you very much. I'm dispensing my affection for you equally and in a fair way. That's right. I was going to make a joke, even blank, and say someone's name. I'm just teasing. Okay. All right, that's the wrapper. Let's go downstairs. That'll work. Excellent. Okay. So, I think the stuff that I'm going to do right now with my little apples and my sentence strip, it's going to go maybe another 25 minutes maximum, and then it'll be time for tarot for the audience. I hope you're having a good time watching the show. All right. So that's the one. Okay, got it. I'm going to open this up right now. Unbox away, Breakaway Ray. There's the book. It's brand new. Oh, there's more plastic on the inside. From what I understand, people in Japan would laugh about this. But we like a lot of wrapping and stuff here in the United States. Well, come on. Especially me, a guy born on Christmas. I love unwrapping stuff. Come on. We've had power tools since the 1890s, Breakaway Ray. Come on, you can open this up. All right. Hang on, I found some scissors. I shouldn't be playing with scissors. Hello, fool. Let's have a new adventure together. I don't have to do anything. These cards are all in order already. That's how all my decks are when I start a show, because before I put the cards away, I put them all back in order. Sweet. I'm making a mess now. I'm going to clean it up later. Thanks, scissors. You guys came in handy. All right. So, hey, Tarot World. You heard me talk about writing a 100-word autobiography, but meanwhile, just to keep everyone entertained, we can look at this very static poster where I wrote out words in red ink, things you can do when you're not watching other things on the internet or on TV, especially. Oh my God, why waste your time with TV? I don't even turn on the radio in the car. No, I'm trying to do a media fast, but I've gotten to the rewarding part. Let's talk about the one. Is that what I'm doing right now? Wait, let me double check my notes. So, oh, okay. Need to go on a media fast. That's first. Okay. And then, there we go. Okay. So now that I got my props up, thank goodness I remember what I was going to say. So I'm going to come upstairs again. Gee, I hope you don't mind. I had a little bit more to say. Is it okay if I go a little bit longer? Let me speak to the producer. Oh, yeah, it's me. No problem. Okay, what I wanted to say is that just like when I was in the flotation tank, and all of a sudden I randomly started thinking about Monty Python flying circus episodes. Okay, you should be prepared if you go on a media fast, because all of a sudden things will come to mind. They've just been waiting. They've been waiting for your attention. And you know what? You probably didn't pay attention to them because it was going to cause or prompt some kind of emotion, right? I'm guessing that's probably why you didn't pay attention to it, and now it's just sitting there. And then when you stop watching TV for several hours a day, you know, even for not just one day, but a week or 2 weeks, okay, and all that quiet time is filling your mind, right? Now you got a chance to pay attention to that stuff. All that stuff is in your energy, isn't it? Is it? I'm asking a question. Is it in your energy? Do you want it in your energy? Like, I mean, thank goodness we're all awake right now and we can all turn our own computers on and listen to me come up with crazy things to say. Okay, you know, that's really great. But, you know, when we do pass on and we go to the pearly gates, do we want that as part of our energy? Because now is our chance to clean that stuff out. Why do you think you've been holding on to that for so long? You've been waiting for your opportunity to do something about it. Pardon me, I thought I heard something. Well, maybe that's a message for me to move on. So anyway, I came up with some ideas about the 5 stages of grief. Yeah, where is that paper? Here they are. The 5 stages of grief when you're on a media fast. Okay. Let me get some lights here. Just showing you, I wrote it all out. 5 stages of grief. They are denial, anger, sadness, bargaining, and acceptance. And I want to say that I hope I got all those right. I taught that about 30 years ago. I'm not saying that's exactly right. It's certainly not in the right order, but I know acceptance comes at the end. So I've got the 5 stages of grief if you're in a media fast. Here are some sentences that might run through your mind, right? Denial. No way, I'm not doing a media fast. Anger. I'm mad that I'm on a media fast. What is this, Lent? Sadness. I'm sad. I miss media. Bargaining. Well, maybe I'll limit myself to some media. And acceptance. Media is powerful, and I need to monitor my intake as much as I would for my kids. Okay. So that's one composition right there, the 5 stages of grief. I'm going to go back to sadness very quickly. I'm sad. I miss media. I'm not saying like people like this exist. Maybe I'm creating I'm going to turn this light off. I love the light. It's an incandescent bulb. Take that, state of California. I still got some. Okay, you can't get those here anymore. All right. So where was I going with this? Oh, yeah. Okay. So I've been working with elementary school children since the 1980s, the mid 1980s. That's 40 years ago. I was working at summer camps. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Summer camp I worked at had a water slide. Woo, it was sweet. So anyway, back to what I was going to talk about. So I knew some people that worked with kids like 4 years old, 5 years old, and even 3 years old, okay, at the summer camp. But then also like even in the elementary school, going up to like 5 or 6 years old, not so much after the age of 6, but you're really adjusting your codes when you're trying to communicate with people ages 6 and under. And for sure, it's easy to treasure precious moments and opportunities to interact with young people that age. That's great. That's awesome. That's fun. But that can't be your whole game in life. It's unfortunate if like that's the only thing you got going on is, your positive interactions. If you're a professional like that, hopefully you got something going on the outside. I mean, everyone loves their job. That's great. But what I want to say here, yeah, well, I wasn't so nice about it. It's like you're on summer vacation. You're on summer vacation. I guess I can say it now. I mean, I worked for 33 years, so I guess my view has changed. I mean, I realized on another show, I said like I couldn't wait for school to start because I was getting tired of being by myself all the time. Okay, I guess I'm complaining about the same thing here, where there's someone in June, July, and August, and they miss the precious children so much they can't wait for school to start. And I wrote down, you know what, you got to get a life. Okay, there's more to it than that. Okay, I'm going to go talk to St. Peter again up at the pearly gate. What did you do? Okay, I know that's your job. Okay, and what else? Okay, and how are these people important to you? I understand, but are they part of your family? Okay, because you got to separate, keep the church and state separate, everybody, right? Okay. So did I get all that covered? Yes. Now I'm ready for the cards. All that was about adjusting when you go on a media fast. And then, get ready for the 5 stages of grief coming at you. 5 stages of grief, but I got a brand new tarot deck and a whole bunch of cards to throw at you. Have I got everything covered there? Good. All right, Tarot World and new tarot deck. Welcome to the show. This is live tarot decks. Go get them. Let's have fun. Yay, Page of Swords. Let's shuffle the cards. Hey, Tarot World. What would you like to say to the STARCARD podcast viewers about going on a media fast? And I hope I did a good job. Aren't they going to go through withdrawal? Aren't they going to think they see the ghosts of their favorite TV characters walking around? Well, they're going to have nothing to talk to people about if they don't watch TV. What would you like to say about all that? Ooh, fresh deck. Here we go. This is for entertainment purposes only. Thanks for tuning in and get ready to turn off. Whoa. All right. That's plenty of cards, I'm sure. Can I do it like this? Good. Everybody can see everything. Hey, it's coming out nice, everybody. Except it's like we did it on a skateboard ramp. There we go. First up, Yeah, really? Wait, was that there? That was there. It's domestic bliss, divine harmony, and we're talking about going on a media fast. So you got everything going great, and then Breakaway Ray says, turn it all off. Right? Is that what's going on? Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. Welcome to the show, Tarot World. Welcome to STARCARD Podcast. That's the magic. Okay. The Tower card. Things are coming down, but guess what? You're starting a new adventure. Everything was going great. Then we went on a media fast. I lost my mind, but now I understand what's going on. I'm on a new adventure. So, whoa. Sweet. The Death card and the Three of Wands card. The Death card means endings, beginnings, and transformations. And the Three of Wands says, luck is where preparation meets opportunity. Keep going little by little. Eventually, you'll be there to watch your ships come in. So there's going to be a big change. And then little by little, you're going to get your sea legs and you're going to feel better during your media fast. But is there going to be a Tower card? Yeah, there's going to be a Tower card. Gee, even the Death card. Oh, I love that Death card. It's so elegant and pretty with that red color. I like it. That's not goth at all. Next up, so 8 of Cups, media fast, walk away. Page of Pentacles, walk away, and then guess what you're going to see? A brand new opportunity right in your hands. All that time, you're going to recover it. Don't mourn the lost time. Don't mourn it, okay? Just be glad that you found it again. Come on, if you're like me and you're born in the middle of the 20th century, you know what it was like before this bombardment of media that we got in 2026. Finally, yeah, great. Yay. Look, the brand new deck wants us all to know we're watching StarCard Podcast together. More magic. The end of the message is the Devil card and the Ace of Wands. The Devil card says, so let go. Look, you can barely see the TV. Let go. I'm covering up. And the Ace of Wands says, go make that magic happen. Watch all the magic that happens. It'll be like being in a sensory deprivation tank. All of a sudden, your mind will fire off the fireworks for you. Wow. That was a special debut. Way to go, Tarot World. Look at that, dude. Let's give these a toss. Next, I'm going to invite the Tarot World to comment on the 100-word autobiography and to do it in 100 cards or less. I'm just kidding. We're not going to throw that many cards. That's the World card. And, well, okay. Yeah, okay. I'm talking about the 100-word autobiography. Check it out. I'm getting ready to shuffle, right? We all know this deck is hot. I mean, there's fireworks going off here. There's all kinds of magic. I'm saying we're getting ready to write a 100-word autobiography. You're the hangman. Have another look at something. And the world is everything that you see. So have another look at your world. 100-word autobiography. That's right, Tarot World. So we'll just let you finish what you have to say. May I shuffle the cards? Thank you. Great magic. I got to stay excited about this magic when I turn off the camera. Oh, it's hard in the 3D. Sometimes. I know there. Yeah, there's the Three of Wands again. 100-word autobiography. Go to it. Get ready to count words. Just like your haiku poem, count your syllables. I dare you to count words. Don't do it on the computer or let the computer count them for you. Count the words. Come on, you can't count up to 100? I know, I'm a teacher, old school. Yeah, there's a judgment card. 100-word autobiography. Let's assess what's already in the books. The 100-word autobiography. I can name this in 5 cards. Okay, sure. The 100-word autobiography. Advice for our viewers on the 100-word autobiography. The King of Wands, see the big picture. Get ready to overcome all obstacles in writing and thinking and considering what's important and leaving out what's not important. Because I joked around in the post before the show. You could write your epitaph. That's a lot less words. What do you want it to say? What's important? The 9 of Wands. Consider all your experience. You may have 9 wands, but you only have the arms to hold one at a time. And it's kind of like your pen, What story do you want to tell? Which one do you want to present? You can present all of them if you put your mind to it. You got plenty to talk about. Whoa, check it out, everybody. It's the Page of Pentacles again. It's a brand new opportunity. If you haven't thought about doing this, you can recompose events in your life from a cosmic perspective, even if it's a way just to cheer yourself up and frame it in a positive regard. Who cares if you're the only one who sees it and reads it? It doesn't matter. It's your mind and your mental framework that you got to live with every day for the rest of your life. So go ahead. Cast it all as something that was positive and compliment yourself and pat yourself on the back for whatever you did to overcome that obstacle. Now it's just another story you get to tell. Well, it's the big picture. Write down one and then save the rest for fun and fantasy. Next up, the Knight of Swords. All right, now you're ready to go. Get writing. You got to motivate yourself. You can't say, well, I'm going to wait for this person to say the right thing to motivate me. What are you waiting for? I'm Breakaway Ray. I'm telling you, get out your notebook. If I can't motivate you to get out your notebook, I don't know who can. Oh, it's the Judgment card again. So out with the old, in with the new. Okay, let's check out what happened, why we got there. Okay, let's assess it all and write it in an autobiography. Let's leave that behind. We can gently dispose of the things that we no longer use, and we could say thanks to them. And, if there's anything we might leave behind for friends or family, it might be something like this. Okay, or you can make it easy for them and put it in a smaller autobiography than I wrote. All right, right on, Tarot World. I'm digging it. Looks like it's a long show. Somebody's cheering out there. That's great. Thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate your support and your attention. Let's give these a toss. I know this deck's got a lot to say. You should have seen me yesterday with me in the tarot deck. Just having a conversation. I almost feel guilty not writing in a book, but it's going so rapidly. But that was not happening at the beginning a year ago. I didn't know what all these cards meant or what they meant to me. I got more apples, I think. Oh, okay. Well, it's as I was saying. The Tarot World and I have meetings of the mind off camera. And as I mentioned, even though I encourage people to journal, I'm actually freestyling a lot with the Tarot World, and we're having a conversation. As you can imagine, they put everything in positive, highest timeline. They're so awesome. It's like your own little cheerleading squad of 78 cards, always telling you the truth. Oh, it's like another grandmother, right? Okay, so where was I going with this? So what I'm going to do is I've got some questions. I'm going to share with you what the questions are, but then I'm going to shuffle the cards and I'm going to ask the questions aloud and invite the Tarot World to respond. And let's see what I come up with. So in a way, I've been practicing something new. I've shown this kind of thing before, but I'm going for it again right now. If it surprises me, then why not? Let's get it on videotape. All right, let's go down. Oh, wait, I was going to read the questions to you. The questions. Hey, Tarot World. I'm encouraging the audience to do a media fast. Am I doing a good job? any advice. And I don't really mean for me so much. I'm on the media fast. I'm rocking it. I mean for the viewer who is considering it, right? So am I doing a good job? And any advice? Like, do you want to chime in, Tarot World? Okay. Any advice for people going on the media fast? We just kind of saw an awesome throw a few minutes ago, right? Go back and check the videotape. Okay. You don't have to go to ESPN, watch Sports Center to see those highlights. Right here at StarCard Podcast. Back it up. Okay. So next question. Any reminders about bringing wealth into one's life? Yeah, you know what? That's what we really want, Breakaway Ray. Wealth in our life. So I know we can't wait for it. It's hard to believe it's around the corner. I really believe that there's, I think we can all agree that there is abundance. Some people have their thumbs on the scales. Oligarchs! Excuse me. So it doesn't feel like there's abundance right now. But, the tables are turning. We just entered the age of Aquarius. Energy is going to be hugely discounted in price, if not free. And it's good for us to think that and believe it, because that's what's going to make it happen, right? That's how it works with manifestation. Come on, everybody else everywhere's got it, okay? Why do we have to pay to live on a planet that we were born on? Come on. Most of you were born on planet Earth, right? I bet we got some aliens tuning in. I mean, like you're like undercover on Surface Planet Earth. I'm sure they're watching StarCard off planet, right? Anyway, my question was, any reminders about bringing wealth into one's life? Okay, so let's ask the Tarot World while you're hot, Tarot World. You got a message about that. And then, what have I got here? Oh, yeah, I wrote this. Hey, Tarot World, care to tell the viewer how much you love them? Because I know the Tarot World is anxious to get going and send you positive messages. I'm so happy to turn on the camera and be an intermediary. I know I'm still examining the contract. But anyway, yeah, Tarot World, would you care to tell the viewer how much you love them? Let's go downstairs and review those questions with the Tarot World and see what they have to say. This is for you guys. All right, Tarot World. What a great beginning. Thanks for those wonderful messages. Hang on one moment. Okay, so we would like to ask you some questions. All right, Tarot World. We've been doing a great job last couple of days encouraging people to go on a media fast. We can't believe we still have people watching. I'm telling everyone to turn off their computers. Okay, so I'm encouraging the audience to do a media fast. Am I doing a good job? And do you have any advice? Would you have any advice about a media fast? Yeah, don't worry about whether or not I'm doing a good job. You just fill in what I'm missing with your good advice. Thank you, Tarot World. Media fast advice. Advice for the media fast. This is all scientific and spiritual. There's another consciousness in the room setting up the message for me to interpret. I speak tarot cardese. Whoa. Okay, here we go. This is for entertainment purposes only. I'm entertained. First up, the High Priestess. Get in touch with your subconscious. I mean, as long as you've got the media fast going, now's your chance to explore your subconscious. I know it's pretty powerful. You thought going into the dark woods was scary. Wait till you examine your own thoughts. Next up. Oh, check this out. This is a theme and a signature from today's tarot throw. We have the Ten of Pentacles and the Judgment card, two cards we've already seen. These are recurring cards. So the Judgment card says we're sending out the old, we're bringing in the new. And guess what? The Ten of Pentacles talks about long-term security, kind of like what I was talking about with free energy, very inexpensive energy, how it's going to transform our life in the age of Aquarius when we swap one style of life for another. Okay, you want to hold on to your humanity. All right. So anyway, this is, if you see the picture, you're spending more time with your family and not necessarily looking at the computer. That's a good thing. that could be a good thing. Okay. You really get a sense. I mean, I just want to point out, yeah, she's not wearing anything, but the thing is, you get to see the nakedness of it all. I mean, again, it's the old idea of the last 3 minutes of your life. Whatever's on your mind on the last 3 minutes of your life, that's what you're carrying with you. Okay, that's what it all boils down to. I quote John Lennon. Well, Lennon and McCartney, right? From the song "The Ballad of John and Yoko." Oh boy, when you're dead, you don't take nothing with you but your soul. Okay. That's what you're here for. You're here for your soul. You're not looking at the 5 of Swords. You're looking at the High Priestess. Okay, she's here to practice her craft. Next up, the Page of Swords. And then she's ready to play and find a new way of communicating. You're being encouraged to find a new way of communicating. Maybe not with the computer. Okay, keep that part separate. Why not? Explore the different kinds of things that you can do with your mind. You could have a notebook. You can keep an adventure in there. No one has to see it. You could write your own, choose your own adventure. You could keep a diary of your thoughts, and then you have someone to talk to, and then you don't have to worry about those thoughts. They don't have to stay on your mind. You got them buried in a book someplace for a time when you can explore it later. Yay! This is the signature again of our reading today, and this needs me to go right to the book. The brand new book, Page of Pentacles. See, we're getting these same cards. Let's see what the book says about the Page of Pentacles here. So I think in this book, the Pentacles are at the front. Yep. Page of Pentacles, a careful child, deep concentration, scholarship news, bringer of messages, a young person who makes the seeker proud. What was that? Deep concentration. If you go about exploring this new form of communication, okay, which would be an inner communication, and you remember to play and have fun and you use your imagination, this deep kind of concentration is going to make the spirit world proud of you. That's exactly what they want you to do. That's what you're here for. That was a whole recipe you're reading out of that book. Go on a media fast. It'll transform your life. When you wanted some wealth, did you want some wealth earlier, Breakaway Ray? Okay, how about some wealth? You're using more of your mind to manipulate your reality. You're not just letting someone else drive your car all night long. Okay, a new form of communication using your own imagination. Then deep concentration. You're making us proud. Keep up the good work. I see you got your notebook in your hand. Looks like you're ready to write. Temperance. Yay. See, you can do it. You can keep a balance. Yeah, sure. You can limit your minutes. Yeah, absolutely. But you got to keep a balance. That's what the temperance card says. Okay, don't overdo it. Everything in moderation, even moderation. When Rob Khalil on the Typical Skeptic podcast has Penny Bradley on, I'm going to drop everything and try to tune in. Okay, I don't care about no media fast. Penny Bradley. When James Brink was around, I love watching Jimmy Payne. Drop everything. Okay. Sometimes it'd be during the school day. I'd have to watch the recording. Anyway, what's the end of this message about going on a media fast? Oh, yeah, sweet. Look at that. How about this? The 4 of Wands, the homecoming and the celebration, and the 7 of Cups. There's so many opportunities, and they start in your imagination. Okay, that's where Nikola Tesla was working out all his experiments. That's where Mozart was listening to all his symphonies. Both gentlemen explored the astral world before they wrote it down on paper and built it in the 3D. Okay, there you are. Look at how empowered you're going to be if you go on a media fast. Come on, everybody, pick up your tools. Turn off STARCARD Podcast. Thank you very much, Tarot World. Love seeing all your calling cards. Okay, very stylish. We've got stuff going on, Tarot World. Okay, next, bringing wealth in one's life. We hinted at it just now, bringing wealth. Well, you can transform your life. You transform your perspective of your life, and therefore you'll know how to communicate the desire for wealth to cascade into your life with ease and grace. And it's going to be fun. I'll be like laughing. I mean, think to yourself, quote unquote, I'm going to be laughing when I check out my bank account and it starts going up like, a stock market run up every day. There's all of a sudden there's like more money in the bank. Okay, that's a good feeling. I'm feeling it right now. Oh man, I can't wait. Well, I shouldn't have said that. I just spoiled it, didn't I? It's so awesome having money just rolling into your account. Oh, by the end of the month, I'm going to have so much money in my bank account. It's going to be crazy. We're talking about wealth. Come on, Terra World. Help us all out. Help us all out. What can we all do across the board uniformly to bring more wealth into our lives? I know. Take out the oligarchs. All right, but there's more to that. There's more to that. Well, consciousness is part of it. All right, so we need one for consciousness. Okay, team consciousness. Remote viewers, remote influencers. You think those guys aren't influencing? Get on board, everybody. Come out of the Stone Age. All right, anyway. Stand by, please. Talk to my light person. There we go. All right. All right. Thanks for the likes out there, everybody. This is bringing wealth to STARCARD Podcast viewers. Any reminders about bringing wealth into one's life? The Nine of Pentacles, fruits of your labor. Well, you do have to work at it. God helps those who help themselves. The universe is not helping slobs. Okay, so you have to be active. The Three of Cups says, remember to have an abundant attitude. Celebrate like you just saw me try to do. Celebrate the fact that money's just coming in. I call your attention to Margot Elise Miller, who does a way better job than me of pumping you up and making you delulu, as she says, okay? And then watching things just happen. So it does take a mindset. Yeah. I can't help you by throwing tarot cards to, disrupt your mindset, but you can commandeer the system that has been commandeered from you. I can't help you though. Okay. If you got a mindset where, your friends are not dancing around and celebrating. Okay. I don't know how to help you. You got to figure that out. Nine of Cups. It's a wish come true. So again, that whole manifestation posture, the fruits of my labor. But yeah, I'm so grateful for the opportunity to recognize the fruits of my labor. And I might as well celebrate. It's a wish come true. Every breath I take, every morning I wake up, okay? Every opportunity I have to think is something I should celebrate and thank God for. Sweet. This is a real manifestation message. Look, everybody, together. Okay, it's the King of Swords and the Emperor card. I was going to tease him and say it's the Laurel and Hardy cards. No, gentlemen. No, Your Majesty and Your Highness, Your Eminence. I'm just teasing for the audience. I'm drawing their attention. That's the most powerful and at the same time masculine set of cards there. The King of Swords' message is, listen, this is totally the truth. And the Emperor card says you're in control. So look at this. We're asking about wealth. Okay. It starts with being grateful for what you have. And by the way, the things that you have, you got in conjunction with the universe, but you work for it. You should celebrate every day for all the things that you have. Everything you have is a wish come true. You made the wish. It came true one way or the other. You got what you needed or what you wanted. That's how manifestation works. You're in control. The Eight of Cups says, sometimes you feel like walking away. Yeah, I guess if things get stagnant, it doesn't matter how good they look. Let's finish off the cards here. See how the message ends. Well, the Four of Wands. It's like a message about getting back on your bicycle, everybody. Here we are cruising along. We're being grateful. We're celebrating this opportunity, this wish come true because we are in control. We are recognizing it because we're into the occult and we watch podcasts where people talk about that stuff. even though Breakaway Ray keeps telling us to turn off the camera, the computer. Anyway, sometimes things don't go well. We get a red line on the stock market. Look at that graph. Okay, it looks like it's going down. Okay, but keep that winning attitude. The Four of Wands, the homecoming. Take stock of what you have around you. Wealth comes in lots of different departments. Health, family, friends, different forms of long-term security. Just the fact that you recognize what's going on, and you can think for yourself. Think about the poor people who they lost their faculties and they need help. Okay, thank goodness you're not in that situation, or you probably wouldn't be watching this show unless someone left it on in your room. Sorry about that. I'm trying to be positive. Okay, come on, Breakaway Ray. What do they want to say about wealth? Sweet. Look at that. It's a real message here. So the Hangman card says, take a look at things in a different way. And the Six of Wands says, then you're on the path to victory. Okay. So again, take stock of what you have. Be grateful for what the universe has provided. Celebrate every little thing, because every wish you make comes true. That is the truth. You're in control. Oh, sometimes there's bumps in the road because there's other energies at play, but nevertheless, get back up on that horse. Okay, because the Four of Wands says it's a homecoming. Celebrate another opportunity to win, because in the end, if you take a look at things in another way, you've been winning the whole time. All right, that's pretty cool. Way to go, Tarot World. You're really making a wonderful audition. You got the part. We have another question for you. Oh, would you care to tell the viewer how much you love them? They've been watching your show now for more than an hour. They've been violating Breakaway Ray's mandate and leaving their podcast on and watching. Would you like to tell all the viewers out there in the world how much you love them? I'd be happy to share that message. Please share with the viewer how much you love them. I bet they didn't know when you like to tell them somebody else loves them. It's a discarnate spirit or group of entities. Isn't that comforting? Let's see. What does the Tarot World want to say about how much they love you? Ooh, let's hear from the Tarot World. It's the High Priestess. Ooh, the Devil card says it's time to let something go. This is like not tough love, but good medicine. Yeah, the Nine of Pentacles. We just saw this card. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. Let the negativity go. We're supposed to be lifting our vibration. Let's float everybody's boat. I like it when Breakaway Ray tries to make jokes. It's okay if people don't like it. They can go watch another show. That's okay. But the point is, you know what? We're not focusing on the negative, okay? And anyway, if the High Priestess was talking to you, they would say, let go of what's bothering you and focus on all the good things in life. For the Nine of Pentacles, enjoy the fruits of your labor, whatever you got. Be grateful for it. And there's going to be all kinds of opportunities, okay? Because the Tarot World is giving you a clue. It's that old story that I keep on repeating. If you look for the silver lining, you're going to see positive things. Let's not even look at the negative things anymore. We can let them go. Life is short. Why you want to bother with that stuff? Stay positive. All right. I mean, again, great message, Tarot World. Thank you. I'm not even done yet. What's up with Breakaway Ray? This is going to be a podcast that lasted 2 days, right? Because I started on Wednesday and it's Thursday now. Hang on. I got more. What have I got now? Oh, it's time for How Was I Supposed to Know? I'm looking for my... Oh, there it is. Hey, and how was I supposed to know? And after this, it will finally be tarot for the audience. How was I supposed to know? So here's what I got. All right, we'll come upstairs for this. Okay. I don't care if the producer thinks we're going to run long. I know the guy that owns the channel, so we can take all the time we want. I got to say, this shirt looks good with the black light. I wrote sentences about how was I supposed to know. I get messages when I'm exploring my ideas that I was supposed to know things. And a lot of times I don't know how they think I was supposed to know any of this. Or I'm not even sure what I know. And maybe I'm doubting too much, and that's impeding my ability to stop being incredulous about what I know. But anyway, maybe there's somebody out there who likes this theme also. How was I'm not going to move that thing, that apple. How was I supposed to know? So here's what I wrote. How was I supposed to know to media fast? How was I supposed to know to media fast? I mean, exercise. Okay, I get that right away. Exercise. I see my body. Okay, I know I need to work out. I know I can do remarkable things if I keep this machine rolling and functioning and flexible. Okay, I get exercise. How was I supposed to know to media fast? Everything I see on TV keeps telling me to watch more TV. And you think I'm not proud about that one? So how was I supposed to know to media fast? That's not the message that we hear all around us. But now I want to talk to people who are old like me. Okay, so I was born in the 1960s. All right, I know people in my age group remember what it was like when we were not bombarded and inundated and saturated with media. Okay, we had a lot of time where you might be doing other things and you might be more interactive in your community, in the neighborhood, playing with the kids. Cool, okay? But you weren't absorbed and solitary watching screens all day and playing video games. Cool. So anyway, my childhood predates Pong. Is that what it's called? Pong? The one where they played tennis and the little electronic ball goes back and forth. I remember black and white Pong. All right. I don't mind saying, I got caught up sometimes playing video games, but eventually I've extinguished it out of my system. I haven't played video games in like 10 minutes. I'm kidding. It's been like years, decades probably. All right. What else have I got? How was I supposed to know? Oh, okay. Well, I'm exploring the idea of consciousness because I got nothing else to think about. I'm not watching TV. So how was I supposed to know that my consciousness is the whole game? That I even have a consciousness? How was I supposed to know? Okay. I got two more here. How was I supposed to know society and civilization is in a state of deep takeover? Ooh, the deep state takeover is so deep. Wow. I mean, it was so deep that most of us had no idea or concept, and we can't believe that we're in a state of deep takeover. Oh, that's like top of the line mind control for a whole society. Yo, CIA, mwah, beautiful mind control. Congratulations. Okay, now we could use that for good. Come on, guys. I wish I could say it in German. So I'm going to move on here. How was I supposed to know that society and civilization is in a state of deep takeover? That's a hard thing to even ask. And then I don't know if I'm going to go. Yeah, I will just go with how was I supposed to know that I signed up for this? That's like another question a lot of us would wonder, no matter how advanced you are on your spiritual path. How was I supposed to know that I signed up for this? Some of you have had Akashic readings. You figured it out for yourself. Some of you are like me. You've heard about it and you can't believe it. And some of you are curious and it sounds cute. How was I supposed to know I signed up for this? Let's go downstairs and interview that brand new deck again. Then it's time for Tarot for the audience. I know we got people standing by and filling up the chat. Oh, see, people are having fun watching STARCARD Podcast. They're having fun participating in the chat. And the Tarot World's having fun sending out messages. Everybody's happy. Okay. Here we go. How was I supposed to know? Hey, Tarot World, help me out here. I know you have answers for this because you helped me write those things down before the show. So how was I supposed to know to media fast? I mean, everybody wants to know. How was I supposed to know to media fast? Should we consider the input that goes into our brain? We should digest it as well. Take a media fast, take a pause. If this was the old Roman Empire, I might say get on out to the vomitorium, okay? Purge and repose before you go in and gorge again. You're going to binge. Okay, that's that's Breakaway Ray. Okay, how was I supposed to know to media fast? Terrible. How was I supposed to know that? I expect to see the Queen of Swords. Breakaway Ray was right. But anyway, how was I supposed to know to media fast? I just bent that card. I'm going to have to take that card out. Already? A brand new card, Ray? Come on, dude. Okay. How was I supposed to know to media fast? I still need to fill in over here. How was I supposed to know? How was I supposed to know I was supposed to media fast? That's like a new thing. Ace of Wands, magic's in the air. Oh, dude, you're kidding. That's why there's magic in the air. We're going to show you a page of pentacles again. Okay. Well, remember that thing we were talking about? Using your consciousness, deep concentration. We're so proud of you for even asking the question. Staying with that theme. We're going to make some magic happen. All right. Here comes your magical response. Well, the 10 of Wands comes out upside down. That means like there was a lot of work. Okay. But it's going to feel like you're going to accomplish things in a hurry. You're going to accomplish a lot. You're going to cover a lot of ground in a hurry because you're the Knight of Pentacles. You're right where you need to be when you're looking at that pentacle, and you are a good custodian of your own consciousness. Ain't nobody else better. You want someone else to control your mind? You're not watching the right podcast. Okay. Take control no matter how much work it takes. Okay. Be cognizant of all the things that are going on in your mind. And if you want to, like when you come out of your meditation and you open up your eyes, write it down in a journal. These are all the things that were on my mind. And then watch as you formulate, as you go through your daily meditation, watch as you formulate what you think in your mind to make it easier when you compose it on paper afterwards. Said someone who is a committed diarist. And then, everybody, look who's back. It's the 10 of Pentacles. Long-term security. Let's go to the book. Come on. Where'd that book go? Come on. The same cards keep showing up. Okay, this is about how was I supposed to know to media fast. Let's read about the 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles, prosperity, riches, home and family matters, positive domestic changes. Oh, positive domestic changes. So I don't have a domestic situation like most people. I live by myself, but can we imagine what it's like when you turn off all the screens after everyone's moved past the withdrawal, how communication and happiness in the home grows? How was I supposed to know to media fast? Well, what were you watching on TV in the first place? Okay, so it might be a hard thing to get a hold of it. Take care of yourself first and then help your family with theirs. Media fast all the way. 7 of Pentacles. And when you go on that media fast, go with what you're growing. Okay. Find out where you're expanding and learn more about it, says the Hierophant. And you can even find out more about what's going on in your mind by turning inward and actually asking out loud, listening for the answer. You have an intuition, you have a higher self, you have spirit guides, you have source. It will respond to you. Get good at listening. Relax. It's easy. You do it all the time. It's your intuition. All right. I'm not done with this. I got 3 more. Really? That's wonderful. I want to give this deck a great chance to audition and make quite a performance. I mean, this is a great audition. be like one of those famous ones. Like years from now and those award ceremonies, they're going to throw up this night where they congratulate these tarot cards for the great messages it sent today. Just unwrap this deck. Whoa. Yo. This card was like busting out, so I had to like reposition it, and I had to look at what I was doing. And look, I'm trying to shuffle the cards. These are the cards that came out. It's the Lover's card and the Devil card. The Lover's card to me says, here's a message from the universe. We're sitting here with you right now. Thanks for having us here. We're having as much fun as you. And the big message is everybody can let go and relax now. We're letting go of the negativity. We're only going to focus on positive things and watch as things slowly become more and more positive. How was I supposed to know that my consciousness was the whole game? And that I even have a consciousness? How was I supposed to know that I live in the United States? We don't talk about consciousness. Okay? We don't even think anything happens to us after we die. What's up? How was I supposed to know that my consciousness is the whole game? I appreciate your commentary, Tarot World. We love having you here too. Well, I'm going to take this card. Can I do this one? That's a lot. I'll take that card. All right. How was I supposed to know that my consciousness is the whole game and that I even have a consciousness? I mean, I know it's there, but it's like not important, right? Didn't help me. Well, anyway, how was I supposed to know? The Chariot, movement, going forward. If you can think, cogito ergo sum, Rene Descartes. I think, therefore I am. Oh, it's the same card again. It's the Ten of Pentacles. We just talked about this. Prosperity. How was I supposed to know? Prosperity, all the blessings in your life. Are you aware of the blessings in your life? Can you be grateful? Okay. Wow, the consciousness. The Empress, integrating your emotions with consciousness. That's full power. And then when you have full power like that, the Emperor says you are in control, right? And then guess what? Everything seems like it's a bright, shiny day at that point. You have to control yourself before you can control the outside world. That's what the Empress does. She's got the inside covered. And then guess what? The outer world is completely within her dominion. So prize what shines, says the Four of Pentacles. Be grateful for what you got. Prize what shines. Act like, even try to fool yourself, even if you're not fooling yourself. Pretend you're trying to fool all the children who are watching you. This is the best thing ever. Did they make cookies for you? Did the universe bake cookies for you? They tried their best. They are misshapen. They look mangled. I'm not sure if they put too much baking soda or baking anything. Maybe they put some kind of baking powder or some kind of detergent in there. I don't know. I hope not. I'm being funny. Don't even put that stuff in your food. But I'm going to be grateful for it. I'm going to make the universe believe that I love it, that it's wonderful. Okay, where was I going with all that? How was I supposed to know that consciousness was the whole game? Well, again, if you're going forward, you are in control of your mind. And that's when you're recognizing all the things that the universe has brought you. Okay, but also you're integrating the dark side so that it doesn't undermine what's going on in your world. Therefore, you have total control to make every day a bright, shiny day. So prize what shines, and you're on the path to victory, says the Six of Wands. Thank you, Tarot World. Are we on Deep Takeover now? We're on Deep Takeover, and then one more. All right. I haven't read the chat yet, but I want to say thanks for your participation, everybody. I'm going to read it after the show. I want to remind everybody that this is for entertainment purposes only. I appreciate everybody's applause. And to be frank, that's probably about all I appreciate. And I also do appreciate you inviting me to read tarot cards for you. So thank you. Moving on here. how was I supposed to know that civilization is in a state of deep takeover? That's a big deal. We're in a state of deep takeover, total mind control society, not around the world, but definitely distinctly here in the United States. It's so gross. I mean, you can just see a reflection of it on television. Yeah, how was I supposed to know? All right, that's the end. How was I supposed to know that we're all in a state of deep takeover? That's a bummer. I got credentials and degrees and stuff that doesn't matter. Oh, yeah, it was a lot of work, says the Ten of Wands. Wow, but guess what? How was I supposed to know our civilization was in a state of deep takeover? Doesn't matter now because the Four of Wands says there's a homecoming, there's a celebration coming, because the Page of Cups says there's a happy surprise on the way. After all that work, getting those degrees, learning stuff, guess what? You could drop all those wands. Something else must be on the way here. You can ride forward on, you're going to have to drop all those wands. Just pick out the best one and ride forward, says the Knight of Wands. He's a Knight of Wands. He's carrying one, right? He's not got more than one. Where's my magnifying glass? All right, I can't find it right now. That's okay. Ooh, and the Fool card. You're off on a new adventure. So how was I supposed to know we were in a state of deep takeover? Well, all the work that you spent perpetuating that old civilization, guess what? We got a happy surprise for you. Things are going to change. We got a homecoming for you. So keep riding forward with your best one. You're going to find the truth when you have spontaneous optimism and a little bit of blind faith in that spirit world that Breakaway Ray keeps talking about. You will be juggling more than one world, right? Says the Two of Pentacles. You'll be thinking about the one that you've got one foot in as you step into the new world. With lots of automation, included automating thinking, like from artificial intelligence. You're going to have a lot more time on your hands. This is great that you're going to take a media fast, by the way, because when you have all this time on your hands in the future, your brain and your mind will already be settled and situated. Remember 2020? Remember 2020 when people were left alone and all of a sudden they had to face themselves? Okay, guess what's coming our way when a lot of us have less to do and less days of work? There will be more opportunities, unbelievable. And there's the Ten of Pentacles, the Prosperity card, long-term security. Look at these cards repeat themselves. It's very promising. This guy makes it across the chasm, walking on that tightrope. Okay, we could do it, everybody. The King of Wands says we're overcoming all obstacles. So I guess this is the tarot world saying, why do you think we're bothering sending a message through Breakaway Ray to this YouTube channel? Okay, we know you're in a state of deep takeover. We're trying to help you all wake up. And this is why we're helping Breakaway Ray. We're programming his spiritual teleprompter. So if any of these messages work for you, everybody, I'm hoping you're having a good time. I got one more. You signed up for all of this, by the way. Thank you, Tarot World. Wonderful. We'd like you to tell us more about the idea that we signed up for this. Each of us signed up. How was I supposed to know I signed up for this? I didn't learn about that when I was in Catholic school. I didn't learn about that in CCD, Sunday school. I didn't learn in elementary school. What? I signed up for this? You know, and I should make light of it because some people have some real hardships. And some of these people who have real hardships, I feel like they're tuning in to STARCARD Podcast, and I'm helping to cheer them up. So I'm not going to make light of this. You know, you're trying to tell me I signed up for this? Tell me the highest timeline kind of mindset I'm supposed to have in that case. How was I supposed to know that I signed up for this? You know, maybe in other countries, but the United States, come on, how was I supposed to know? Four of Swords, meditation, relax, settle down, calm down, take it easy. Yeah, that's exactly what you say to someone when you're about to break some news to them. Hey, would you like to sit down? I got something to tell you. Eight of Wands. Well, really soon, Page of Cups, there's going to be a happy surprise. Oh! And the Five of Wands says, there's going to be some animated discussion about it, this happy surprise, right? Because it's like that old expression, wherever there's a will, there's a relative, right? All of a sudden, there's going to be some bounty to share, and people got to figure out how they're going to distribute it. Oh my goodness. It's the Fool card. It's the new adventure. We all have to believe that we're on this new adventure as we're changing society together. And yeah, you signed up for it. Wait, we're going to have to review this message here. All right. Hey, we'd like to sit down. I'd like to share a message with you, okay? But really soon, there's going to be a happy surprise, and it's going to look like the Five of Wands when you find out that you signed up for this adventure that no one ever did before, because we needed you to do it. But guess what? The Three of Pentacles says you're working with us. Is it new and novel at this special time in Earth's history? Yes. But you got a spirit team working with you. So keep up the good work. Thank you very much, Tarot World. And one of my longest prologues before Tarot for the audience. Let me give these a toss, and then we'll say hi to people in the toss. Sorry, in the chat. I'm reading the chat while I'm saying automatic phrases. Come on, I know better than that. I need to pay attention to what I'm saying. Everybody pay attention to what you're paying attention to. Let me turn off these lights. I haven't even taken one of my 3 timeouts yet. Okay, good. So I want to throw my flag in the 4th quarter. Hey, thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in or fast forwarding to this part of the program. I really thought those messages were great. The recurring cards, the recurring themes, again, feels like a personality, but I feel like, not to say that I am, I'm nowhere near this esteemed in tarotology, okay, but I feel like I'm a college professor and I'm just bringing in like the guest speakers every day whenever I turn on the camera. So let's say hi to the people in the chat. Oh, wait, hang on a second. One moment, please. Hi, Namira. Hi, Spider-Eye. Hi, Derek, Woo Riders. Hi, Desiree. So what I did now is I drew the line in the chat. That's a soft boundary for me in case anyone comes in after the chat and I'm running out of gas. It's up to me whether or not I can help with the reading. Oh, Salama, I know I saw your name out there. Hi, Salama. So far I count 4 people. I'm actually going to look in the chat now and make sure I say hi to everybody, and we'll get out the name tags. We'll start doing tarot for the audience. Okay. It's been such a long show that the date changed. It's been such a long show. It spanned 2 days. All right. So let's see who's here. Right. We said hi to Derek and Desiree and Spiderbite and Namira. I'm kind of like looking for capital letters and new names, not seeing them. Wait, Roey's here. Hi, Roey. Got it, Roey. Saw your capital letters. Good job. I feel like I'm interrupting someone's conversation. Okay. Yeah, right on, Roey. Okay, good. Now I'm going to double check just one more time for capital letters. I'm not seeing like particular tarot messages in capital letters. So everybody, if you have like a particular request, you could drop it in now. If I said your name, I'm going to get your name tag out. I'm going to do a reading. Now, if you don't want a reading, now's a good time to say, no, thank you, tarot. And that's fine too, okay? All right, let's get the name tags out. So I'm going to mention this about the orange tie. I wore this orange tie the last time I did a show that spanned 2 dates. It's like I started it like before midnight and then I carried on in the morning. So if I'm wearing the orange tie, and there's a good chance it's a double day disher. So let's see here. We've got some name tags. I've got some schoolhouses and cats in here. Let's get them out. Yes, Salama. Hi, Salama. So there's Rowie and Spiderbite. So I've been experimenting with the idea while I'm walking around in the afternoon of recalling all my energy back. I was so giving of my time and energy, trying my best to help out and pitch in and solve unnecessary situations. And that's not what it was about. It was just about a vampiric, parasitic kind of energy leeching, bringing someone down to their level. So I've been experimenting with calling all that energy back. All right, they had their fun. I'm taking it back now. Right? So the reason why I say all that is because, oh yeah, there's another STARCARD podcast chat star, Lisa Talcott's cat there. The reason why I say all that is I spent a long time, probably on more than one weekend day, doing all these cats and hearts and schoolhouses, cutting them out. And then I'm thinking to myself, that sure was a lot of work. What a rescue. I ended up rescuing myself. These things became incredibly precious and valuable to me now, making my job easy here at StarCard Podcast. This is making my job so easy. This is easy money for me. Because I'm making so much money. Hang on. I got shamrocks here. And, there's an apple, but Salama's in this pile. See, that's what I mean by like a different kind of value. I really invested a lot of time to make those things, and with no anticipation that it was going to pay off the way it did, and it's paying off big time. You know what else was another thing? Just pursuing what made me happy. Just pursuing my joy, being detached from the outcome, not having any idea that it would be worth anything to me, but all those pictures that you see on the live tarot throw thumbnails, as they call them, the pictures that are captions for the videos, those are all pictures I've been taking since like 2012. And I've just been holding on to them. Again, not even knowing. I've only started this podcast in August. So, but you know what? I needed like some multimedia. I needed some good pictures. All of a sudden, I have thousands of these pictures that are so awesome. No one got to see them before. Happy to share them with you. I know Namira likes them. All right, so I've got Salama's Shamrock out already. I read Salama's note about the organization. We'll see if the tarot world can offer some advice. We'll have to go old school with the Robin Hood deck on that one. Okay, and the schoolhouses. Let's see who else is here. Yeah, right on, Namira. Thank you very much. Okay. Oh, Derek's at the bottom alphabetically, but at the top in my heart. Thanks, Derek. I'm so flattered and honored that you're tuning in. You're in the United States. It's early wherever you are. Okay. Who else am I missing? It's a small group, but a big pile of schoolhouses. Yeah, do I look bronzed like I've been on vacation? I've been on Raycation, all right. I just had a little dialogue tango in my mind about whether or not I was going to share this joke, and I'm not. But what it reminded me of was, no, I don't like doing that with the light on. What it reminded me of was in the classroom when I'm working with children, something would happen, something would, take place or whatever, and it was like ripe material for me to make fun or make some kind of joke. But instead, I would like walk away with like no expression, like I'm holding my gut in, and I say, must not make joke, and I walk away. And then the kids start laughing because they want to know what the joke is. But yeah, sorry, I'm not going to share that joke with you. I'm just checking my schoolhouses now, see if there's anybody else. Again, smaller group. I got Derek's. I don't think I'm missing anything else. It's Derek, Salama, Spiderbite, and Rowie. Who else is there? There's like some people would be really upset that they missed my midnight show. Jason, missing time 420. There's Namira. That's the one I was looking for, huh? Yeah, it's a long show, but I think I got everyone's name tags. There it is. I'm going to put the things away, and then it's really time for a tear for the audience, and I'm going to throw the tie-dye deck. That deck has been singing to me. Let's take care of Spiderbite first. Yay, Spiderbite. Yay, Spiderbite. One of my longtime friends. I mean, there's almost nobody older. I mean, it's real old time, old school with Derek Woo Rider and Spiderbite in the house. All right, Spiderbite. Let's throw some groovy psychedelic cards. Yeah, not this group. Excuse me. You're pretty groovy too, new deck. Wow, did you see all those repeat cards? Wow. Thanks for joining me, audience. You're so kind to join me in the middle of the night, in the middle of the week. It's the Nine of Cups. It's a wish come true for me to be in the spotlight while you watch the show STARCARD Podcast. These cards are for Spiderbite. Let's go to Australia. We're going to go down under. We're going to say hi to Spiderbite. So say hi to our friend Mark. But also, these cards are for Spiderbite. These groovy, colorful, tie-dye cards. The Fantasy Color Deck. Got a message for Spiderbite. Here we go. These cards are for Spiderbite. Nice. Come on, give me some more. Look at that card dance around. Wow. There you go, Spiderbite. This is like ice cream and watermelon and cinnamon crisp sticks all for dessert. That's like the best summertime dessert. Okay, so anyway, let's move on with a message for Spiderbite. It's the Knight of Cups. I think you already know what this story is about. The Knight of Cups, the Knight in shining armor. I say that because I feel like we've had this card before, Spiderbite. Then it's the Nine of Swords. Are we worried about the Knight of Cups? He's going to be all right. Is that keeping us up at night? The Knight of Swords? Sorry, it's the Knight of Cups. But this card is the Nine of Swords. So it feels like we're worried about the Knight of Cups. I don't think we need to worry about this guy. He's the Knight of Cups. Okay. The Page of Wands. Why don't we go to the book and find out about the Page of Wands? I like what it says about the Page of Wands in this book from the Robin Wood Tarot. It says, a child with too much energy, a faithful or loyal person, a stranger explodes into the seeker's life with good intentions, a great idea leading to success, a good employee. Well, that's not exactly what I was thinking. I remembered about the Page of Wands, but those are all nice. The other thing about the Page of Wands is that the Page of Wands has limitless potential, sees limitless potential. So let's finish off this sentence here. This is the card that was dancing around. It's a Knight of Wands. So you go from the Page of Wands to the Knight of Wands, which is right on the same page. The Knight of Wands, a journey, practical action taken in spite of distractions, a change of residence. Practical action taken despite distractions. You're staying focused. You see there's limitless potential. There's really no need to worry, says the Nine of Swords. I mean, that might be part of it. You have to do your planning, right? You got to consider logistics, how you're going to expend your energy and your time, okay? But I don't think you have everything. You have everything under control. You come into it as the Knight of Cups, the Knight in Shining Armor, with limitless potential. And you're, what did they say again about the Knight of Wands? All my books just fell. You're on a journey and you're taking practical action. This is all about your soul's path. Wow. You're taking practical action in spite of distractions while you're on your soul's journey there. So in conclusion, the Queen of Cups, be your empathic, psychic, sensitive self. Whoa. Queen of Pentacles, you are the sensible, practical, working parent. You're balancing all categories of life at the home, from financial to emotional, etc. And the Five of Pentacles says, sometimes it seems like a hard job, but we're all in this together. You know, we're all going to share. We're all a team. I hope that was a fun read, Spider Bite. Thank you for inviting me to read. Thank you, lovely tie-dye cards. So Salama, yes, I'll go back up and refresh my mind, but let me give these a toss. That's right, Salama. Let me check it out again. Thank you, Spider Bite. Thank you, Tarot World. And because of your request, Salama, we're going to go with the one that I got the hot language for right now. Let me get your name tag out. Where did I put them all? What? Oh, now I see him. Clever. All right, Salama. Yeah, let me go upstairs and read that part of the chat again, please. Jeez. Quite a long scroll. Sorry, I'm I'm trying to look for your. I saw it the first time around, Salama, about the organization you were in, and you're not exactly satisfied with what's going on. I'm going to go back up to the top. Wasn't it like right when you came in? Somebody asked about asking me questions. Probably not. It's already a long show. I'm going to read the chat after the show. And if I care to respond, I guess I'll do it in another show. I just saw Salama's name. Where did it go? Got it. Good job, Salama. Hang on. Let me look at what you wrote, please. Okay. So you joined an organization. All right. I just read your second comment also. So you joined an organization. No, I believe you, Salama. I do believe you. I do believe you. Why wouldn't I believe you? I mean, did I give a hint like in a previous show? It doesn't matter. If someone invites me to a party, but the party is in the local dump, okay? Yeah, it's still a party, but there's nothing wrong with me when I point out again, this place is a dump. So there's nothing wrong with the person invited who's visiting, okay? I'm with you, Salama. All right, so let's go back downstairs, following up on your thoughts. And if there's another organization on the way, well, I think the idea is that, yeah, and I want to say, take my word for it. The tarot world would want me to say that. Take my word for it. If you need a new situation, you can create it. We saw it from the tarot cards today, talking about how we're always in control. And it starts by maximizing and being efficient and streamlined with our thoughts. But anyway, here we go, Salama. All right, tarot world. Could you please help our friend Salama, who's on yet a different continent? She joined an organization. It's not that great. What do we need to do to create a new one? Is there one on the way? Have you guys already been hearing Salama's prayers and you're ready to send a new opportunity her way? That's good because sometimes organizations are just stepping stones, aren't they? So, one upon another. Maybe you're like me and you'd rather just stay in one place and run out the clock. I can only speak for myself, Salama. Okay, so let's see if these answer a question about transition to a new organization. We can have faith and hope, and guess what? We're probably going to find that's on the way. Salama, the Ace of Cups, that seems like a promise right there. A new life, a new opportunity is here already. Just have to line up with that vibration. And the world says, I like this part actually. The world says completion, finito, we're done. And the Five of Swords says, because it's upside down, it's like there's like a winner take all attitude and abuse, but it came out upside down. We're done with the Five of Swords and the office politics or whatever's going on. Okay. Again, because of your resume, the universe would want you to till its fields. Maybe I'm reading into it what I feel about you. You're too valuable not to employ and, to put in charge of things, to be a custodian of things. And the Nine of Pentacles says, enjoy the fruits of your labor. Did you not manifest the last couple of places that you worked at? I don't know. Did I say the right number? Okay. Wasn't there some kind of forethought and then voila, what a coincidence, what a synchronicity these opportunities presented themselves. So whatever you were doing there, okay, maximize that mojo. You will have to participate, and you would need like the part of you that is the best magician to do it. The Seven of Pentacles says, go with what you grow, go with what you're growing. Not just the things that you're good at, but the things that you are developing. I know maybe you and I both, it's not like we feel like we need any more training, but it is a world in transition, and there is a lot to adapt to, just like learning new software, new programs. Because every 6 months, every organization has to change all that stuff. What a pain. My grandmother would have said, what a scutch. It's real pain in the rear end there. But anyway, the Two of Cups talks about partnership. Go with what you grow. Find like-minded people to communicate with the things that you feel are important. Okay, because you could see things and they want to know what you see. You're going to be divinely matched up with the people that you communicate with. That's kind of a hard part from my point of view, is staying in communication. But I guess you're figuring it out because you're tuning in to me and I'm in North America. So, yes, thank you, Tarot World. The magician says you need to make that magic happen. And I'm going to say, make that magic happen again. It's like they're daring you. The spirit world's daring you, but they're reminding you that you've done it before. Okay? You said, I want to build on this experience. And this is another dimension of this little tandem of cards. I want to build on this experience, and the universe got that message, and then bam, magic was made. So can it happen? Will it happen? Yes. Does it have to happen all the time for people like you and me? We don't like that idea. Well, welcome to the 21st century. Salam, I hope that was helpful. I sure appreciate you inviting me to read. Yes, stepping stone. Yeah, Salama, I'm only quickly looking at the chat, and all I can say is I don't blame anyone in circumstances like I think you might be in to be frustrated, for sure. Anyway, so yeah, I'm really rooting for you. I feel like you're welcome. If I could be a friend to you just over here in North America, then you know what? That's great. That's awesome. Hang in there, my friend. Let's go throw some cards for Rowie now. I'm getting out the girls' cards again. The tie-dye deck. Hey, Rowie, I don't know if you ever saw The Grateful Dead. And now I'm wondering, if you're born in the 21st century, you've even heard of The Grateful Dead? Maybe you have. Okay. We're starting off with the Hangman. We're going to look at things in a different way. How about upside down and backwards? Like dress-up day at school. It's backwards day. Wear your clothes backwards. Okay, these cards are for Rowie. Go for it, Tarot World. Show your true colors. Let us have it. What's going on with Rowie? I know you got a good message for him. For Rowie. Whoa, hey, Rowie. That guy couldn't wait to talk to you. Here we go. These cards are for Rowie. Here we go. Wow. The Strength card. Being persuasive. When you're being persuasive, you're also being empathic. You kind of have an idea of what the other person's thinking about, what's on their mind, what they think is important. You got to feel the gestalt in the room. That's right. I know what the word gestalt means. Showing off my fancy English literature degree. Gestalt's not English. Wow, check you out. So the cards came out like this, Rowie. The Five of Pentacles and the Fool card. But the Fool card was upside down. I'm going to turn it right side up, okay? Because what it looked like was you could be on a new adventure. You could be, lighter in your step. But the card that came out pronounced first was the Five of Pentacles, feeling abandoned. Maybe we're dwelling on something from the past and seeing how it unfortunately wove its web and affects my life today. It's easy to get resentful and it's hard to move on. I'm turning the Fool card right side up for you, okay? So now that we're recognizing it, it's empowering us. We're going to move past it. Yeah, the Nine of Swords. Dude, is it keeping us up at night? That's enough already. Hey, Breakaway Ray, turn this upside down. We don't need to let this worry us anymore. Okay. I'm not taking this with me to the next life. I don't care. It's not important. I'm on a planet orbiting one of the stars of Sirius. I am not going to care about this. So the hermit says, much like Obi-Wan Kenobi would, search your feelings, turn inward. That's all that counts. And and that, again, we should see the Eight of Swords here as much as you can imagine. Whatever this misadventure is, it's on our mind, that's disrupting our growth. Okay. We got to channel that energy in a positive way. Maybe there's a sun card or something here waiting for us. How about a 7 of Cups? Let's look around for opportunities. There's other fish in the sea. I apologize for saying that, by the way. What? There's other fish in the sea? I apologize for saying that. That's correct. Okay. Well, Rowie, I don't know. I hope this message was entertaining. Thanks for inviting me to read. I need the practice. Hope you have a good day. That was fun, Tarot World. Thank you very much. We're grooving now. Wow, Rowie. I'm so thankful for your feedback in the chat. And when you say makes sense, that blows my mind. By the way, it's 1:11 a.m. in the morning where I'm at. Thank you, Rowie. Well done. That's a fair exchange of energy. You made me smile, and I got to throw cards for you. That's more than fair. I feel like I came out ahead. Who's next? Right. We got Namira. We're going to stay with the girls' deck with the pretty colors. Oh, wait. It's the tie-dye deck, right? So should I be talking about the coffee shops, the quote-unquote coffee shops? That means something different in the United States. In Amsterdam, like the Bulldog. Yes, I did. I visited the Bulldog in the 1980s. Yeah. And they had their recipe of flour on a chalkboard. So in case any of the authorities came downstairs or upstairs, well, it's downstairs. The weed part is downstairs. They would just erase the chalkboard and everything's okay. It's like a speakeasy. Anyway, sorry to blow all that smoke in your living room there, Namira. Anyway, I hope you enjoy. It was my favorite Intica. I'm going to give these a toss and we'll throw some nice cards for you. Where's Missing Time 420? He should be listening to this. Here we go. Hey, I want to say hi to Rob Khalil. Hey, Rob. All right. Yeah, all right, Namira. That's right. It's different, all right. You know what? California finally caught up. I'll say that. We have these things called dispensaries now, and they even have places where you can puff. Anyway, here we go, Namira. Ladies first. Ooh, the lovers. This was a theme from last time. So you can look at this in a romantic way if you want to. I like looking at it from the perspective of the cosmic universe, God, source, sitting down with you, and they have like a message. It's kind of like you're sitting down with your parent, and your parent has their arm around you. There's an embrace because it comes at the very beginning of our reading. And the 10 of Pentacles says, appreciate the prosperity that you have. And, we just talked about a parent putting their arm around a child. That is precious. That's a different kind of value, isn't it? You can't get that in a checking account. You can't put that on my pay stub. That's so beautiful. Are you someone who gets to hug somebody every day, Namira? Wow. That's precious. That's wonderful. Next up, the Knight of Wands. Let's go again to the book. The Knight of Wands, a journey, practical action taken in spite of distractions. A change of residence. I think that already happened for you. You know what? This really looks like a good parent situation. You show love, parental love. No matter what's going on, you remember to take care of the children first. And the Eight of Wands indicates travel and flight, but it also says right now or right away. And then look who shows up again, a child, the Page of Wands, who sees limitless opportunities. Let's read again about the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands, a child with too much energy. Oh, is that the story? We're dressing you up as the parent hero, okay? And then guess what? Right away, somebody needs Namira's help. This young child needs your help. Way to go, Namira. Going around making every child's day. Good for you. Let's give these a toss. What do I see here? The Ace of Swords. That was a lot of truth. Look at that lady with the lightsaber. All right, here we go, Namira. I'm sorry. Thank you, Namira. And thank you, Tarot World. Looks like we're on the last throw for Derek, Team Woo Rider. Rowie, I think I already thanked you for this, but I really like your comment. I'm going to read it out loud. You are awesome, Ray. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I hope everybody sees it. I just read it out loud. Did you hear that? So everybody like, but don't share. Here we go. These cards, let me give them another toss. I was busy trying to make jokes. Okay, but we're going to throw some cards. What do we got there? Okay, we're going to throw some cards for Derek. I think we're on the same continent, Derek. Okay, finally, someone on my home team. Here we go. These cards are for Derek. Last time he was like King of Cups. Was there a King of Pentacles involved? But I remember King of Cups, the empathic leader. He's the guy I want in charge. Dude, you got a lot going on, Derek. These cards are for you. Come on, give me another draw for Derek, please. Well, okay, but I don't want that to be the last card. Can I? Is that the other one I'm supposed to take? Okay. Okay, I'll go with it. Let's see how that message plays out. All right, Derek, here we go. First up, it's the Two of Cups. Look at the Tarot World. I think the Fantasy Color deck understands the rules here. If you start off a message with the Two of Cups or the Lover's card, as just happened, okay, it's a message directly from the spirit world. Here is the Two of Cups. Hey, Team Woo Rider, this is a collect call from the spirit world. Will you accept the charges? Yes, we will. Is that like a picture of you and Desiree? By the way, you guys look good. Whoa. The World. Completion, accomplishment. The World. Their world in unison. Yeah. The Page of Swords. Let's read about the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords, vigilance, agility, insight, keen vision, service done in secret. That's the thing, Derek. Isn't that like something in isn't that part of your dossier there? Service done in secret. The seeker obtains the help of a younger person. You're like the guy from, what is that movie that's too violent for me? They had Samuel L. Jackson in one episode with the name Valentine, but Samuel L. Jackson's in a lot of movies. I know that doesn't help. But he's not Michael Caine. He's like a Michael Caine type, but he's like the experienced guy, and he's ready to hire a younger man to execute a task. He's like a handler. Yeah, that's what works. But you're not Page of Swords. That's not a handler. It's just someone who's vigilant. You keeping your eyes out. You should be leading the squad or the platoon. When you're on patrol or whatever, you should be leading the squad. You're commanding officer. Service done in secret. So that is a funny thing that came up. Okay, so here you are. The message from the spirit world is you do service in secret for the whole world. It may be so secret you may not even be aware, but I'm pretty sure you're aware of most of it. And the hangman says it's because you look at things differently. All right, here's the message from the spirit world, Derek. Okay, you know that you're the Page of Swords here in the world. Okay, you do see things differently than other people. And you just need to be strong, says the Strength card. Whenever you are unsure or anxious, says the Nine of Swords, we're going to turn it upside down. Or when you're at a crossroads, you have to make some kind of decision. Just be strong. You're fine. Okay, you got it under control. Even if you don't follow traditional paths, which is probably a good thing and a healthy thing for the way things are going nowadays. I hope that was fun, Derek. I think I'm all done with readings. All right. Whoa. So I want to thank all the people in the chat who tuned in late last night and early this morning for this special StarCard podcast where I'm wearing an orange tie. I want to thank the tarot world for those incredible, charismatic messages, really intriguing, awe-inspiring, uplifting. Man, that was a lot of fun. I can't wait to go take a nap now. So, hey, everybody, you made my day. Now get out there and make your own day. My name is Breakaway Ray. I'll see you next time on StarCard Podcast. Get out there and media fast. You're welcome. Yeah, media fast. Turn it off. Come on, I dare you.